Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you got to enjoy it outside. It was a little chilly, but overall pretty nice, except for, Saturday was kind of rainy. But I am excited to be here and back with you today. It's Dead Week here at UNI, and we are gearing up for finals week that starts Saturday, actually. And in the background, you are going to hear some fun noises because I've got two helpers on the floor here. And it sounds like they're leaf blowing or something outside. I'm not really sure, so it might be a little noisy. But I am happy to be back with you. If you'll remember last week, I wasn't here because I am getting over a bout of strep throat. And I'm feeling much better, but last week I was not feeling great. It was definitely would not have been good for me to be on Facebook Live, but Dave had some fun facts to share with you all about the harvest season. And I am back, and I tested negative for COVID, getting over strep throat. This is a friendly reminder to please wear your mask and take care of each other. Anyways, as one does, last night, my friend Kendra and I fell down a rabbit hole of exploring the history and conspiracy theories of the Romanov family, specifically. In the early 1900s, the Romanov family was an imperial dynasty in the Soviet Union, which is now Russia, and they fell out of power in 1918. But anyways, moving on. One of those theories that we explored was that Anastasia actually survived that massacre, which then led us to watching the movie Anastasia, which then prompted the idea of today's fun facts, which are all about this day in history. And bonus, to help me, I have my friend Kendra here. So Kendra is going to help me read fun facts for today. Again, on this day in history, November 16th. And Kendra, I believe you have the first fun fact.
Oh boy, all right. Well, this day in history, in 1907, Oklahoma entered the Union as the 46th state. The name Oklahoma is derived from the native, how do you say that word? Choctaw Indian words, Okla, meaning people, and Huma, meaning red. Okay, that makes sense. President Theodore Roosevelt signed it into the Union, making the two territories into one state. Cool.
Nice. All right, fact number 2 for my musical theater and theatery friends and people who enjoy good music. The Sound of Music premiered on Broadway in 1959 on this day. The musical, for those who maybe don't know, like one of my friends who will not be named, Ashley, follows the story of a young nun and the Von Trapp family as they fled the Nazi regime. The musical is loosely based on their story. They took a lot of liberties, as music and musicals and theater and art does, but the characters themselves are real people. Maria Von Trapp and the family are real people. And several of the Von Trapp children are still alive today. And I should be fair, my friends do know The Sound of Music. They maybe just haven't seen it. So we'll have to, fix that. It's fine. Kendra, back to you.
Oh boy. Fun fact number 3. On this day in history, in 1982, the Space Shuttle Columbia completed its first operational flight. It first reached space in 1981, but they were test runs, and the operational flight was with crew members, I believe.
I believe so too. I was trying to look up the difference between just a flight and an operational flight, and as far as I could tell, the operational flight is when they had the Houston and the control system and everything was up and running, versus just sending it up into space and letting it come back down. This one, they actually had a whole test run and everything.
Oh.
I don't know, it was pretty cool. But then the Challenger came out, so then the Columbia Space Shuttle was retired until 1989. Fun fact, I looked that up too. Okay, it's my turn again. Fact number 4. In 1902, we're kind of jumping around in history, but in 1902, a cartoon in the Washington Star newspaper prompted the teddy bear craze. The teddy bear was named after President Teddy Roosevelt, and this craze was sparked when President Roosevelt refused to kill a captive bear that was tied up for him to shoot during a hunting trip in Mississippi. And I remember learning, I guess you can see my whole face. I remember learning about this story because he was really, President Roosevelt was really excited to go hunting in Mississippi, and they were like specifically going bear hunting, if I remember correctly, and they didn't see one. So then they went and they had to a zoo, got a captive bear, and were like, now you can say you've shot one. He's like, absolutely not. That is not what the sport of the game is for, because President Roosevelt was really big about conservation and things as well. So he was like, I'm not doing that. So then that's how the cartoon was prompted and created, was because he wouldn't shoot the bear. So
what a guy.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. Fact number 5.
Okay. Fact number 5 on this day in history. In 1938, the psychedelic drug lysergic acid dithylamide, aka LSD, was first synthesized. Swiss chemists Albert Hofmann and Arthur Stoll were behind the creation, but it wasn't until 5 years later that the psychedelic aspects were discovered, when Hofmann ingested some of the drug. I can add to that, and that scientists were known for doing that. They would always test it out on themselves, and then I can't remember who it was with. I'm blanking on it right now, but they got really addicted, as one will, to any hard drug. Don't do drugs, kids. To cocaine, and he kept saying, no, it's helpful, it's a good drug. That was the drugs talking, friends. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me that he tried it. Anyway, they were working to create a respiratory and circulatory stimulant that had no effects on the uterus.
Yeah, they were working on like a blood stimulant to try to, that had no effects on the uterus but would help your respiratory and circulatory systems. But there they are, friends. Those are your 5 facts for you today about this day in history. And as you wrap up the semester and you gear up for the holidays, I think they've decided today that they're going to mow the lawn. Oh, all right.
Oh, they haven't mowed it in weeks. Oh, I'm so glad today's the day.
But as you wrap up the semester and as our friends outside wrap up the lawn mowing season, remember that we are making history too. Even if it is the weirdest, wildest year yet, 2020 will go down in the history books. But some upcoming events to be aware of, they will be posted this week, and we will share them, email them out to people, is we are going to have activities over winter break. We will have on Monday nights at 7 our Big Questions Deep Listening group, and a couple times during the semester on Tuesdays we're going to do Adulting 101 sessions. Wednesdays is our gathering and worship. Thursdays around noon in the lunch hour we will do a Bible study, and we'll have social nights on Fridays. Next week, though, specifically next week, we will not be holding any online offerings because we will be off for Thanksgiving and to wrap up finals week. We will be back with you Monday the 30th. And we will be around campus this week with our treat trike and finals week breakfast stuffs. So be watching out for us, and hopefully we'll see you on campus. But until we see you, thank you, Kendra, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And until we see you again, my friends, be safe, be well, and take care of each other. We'll see you all very soon.